latest sculpture, Mary. You can see here it's a very large piece. This is the Assumption of Mary, which is basically, I think, one of the first ever sculptures giving form to this idea here. And it's very interesting because what I want to do is what we wanted to do here was have Mary being brought up to heaven. And so we created this by actually having all of these angel forms, very softly created, that are lifting her up as she is going up to heaven. You can see her face. It was difficult to get that exact expression on her face. Peaceful. Her lips are subtly parted. And she is an older woman, which was challenging. Usually when I create depictions of Mary, she's usually very young. But you can see here the rhythm. If you follow it, it's very lyrical. And it basically is creating a movement. And what I wanted to do was create these very loosely, almost like cloud-like figures here. I'm very happy about the piece. And I'm very happy about the scale. First of all, I did a model, but it's another thing seeing it life-size. So Mary here is around 5'2" or so, and she's lifted up. You don't necessarily need a large pedestal for this piece because it's already pretty high off the ground, but ideally it will be on a pedestal, so she'll even look like she's higher up to heaven. And so the piece is finally done. The next process is making a mold of the piece, and then we will we'll cast it in bronze. But before you stop, you can come around the back. And the back of the piece was kind of boring before, so I decided to put this solitary angel. If you can get that angel in there at the bottom of it. And so one of the ideas was that it's such a big surface on the back to have something interesting. And this angel here, unlike the front ones that are lifting Mary up, this one here is weeping with her hands covering her or his eyes. And ideally what will happen, this is kind of my idea, hopefully it will work. The idea is when it rains, water will fall in here, travel over here, and pour and cascade down this crying angel to make it a very interesting piece here. I'm not sure if that will work. I don't really want to test it on my clay because I'm afraid that the clay will actually get too wet. But when it's cast in the bronze, I'll do some tests on it. But so it's a nice piece. If you want to come to the front again. It's a nice piece. I think it kind of will make people see Mary in a different perspective. They will possibly think that there's a lot of different aspects and a lot of different ways of perceiving Mary. And this is certainly a unique way of creating it.